I will finally do it in English. Thank you for being here. My name is Mariela. This will be my second video on my channel about the GLP and my content on losing the 70 plus pounds now. And most of it has been in Spanish. But today, you guys get the real me. I think YouTube broke me down. I've been trying to do subtitles so many times, and I have notes because I wanna share the real me. I want to share what happened July 2024, how I started it, and I didn't want to miss. And if I miss stuff, I just will go back or leave it in the comment. And I just want to share how I started my journey and who am I. My name is Mariela. I am 51 years old, 5 feet 5 foot. I am not that tall, and I have never have to deal with obesity in my life. I have two adult kids now, but in my 20s and when I was younger, I didn't have to deal much with it. Was when I started to be perimenopause, my late 40s, my mid 40s, after I had my surgery, my hysterectomy surgery. I have surgical menopause, so it triggered my body to inflammation, hormonal imbalance, and tons of things. Well, like I said, this is my story. I am not a professional, I'm not a doctor, but I do want to share how my journey of losing the GLP. I specifically use Tirzepatide. Is a GLP compound that has GIP, and GLP, the one that works with the brain, that hormone that we have in our bodies that is not working. So I do have a couple of notes here for how I started my story. This is my way. I first of all want to thank God, because without Him, I know that I couldn't do anything. And after that, my husband and my daughter are the first number one people in my life that I get the most of the support. And I do have support from a ton of people, but my daughter is the one that introduced me. She started it in April 2024, and I was deadly afraid to start this drug because it was so unknown to me still at the time. But I saw how she lost the weight with the Wegovy, and her insurance at the time covered the medicine. But for me, I did, once I decided in July 2024 start the journey, and I work for the school district here in Arizona. It didn't cover anything for me, so I had to find my way around to get a solution to my weight. I was at my highest in 212 pounds, and when I started this journey, I was 197.6, and tons of inflammation. At that time, I was very insanely depressed. I wouldn't do my hair, I wouldn't do my nails, I wouldn't hang out too much with friends. I didn't have a social life. I chose not to have a social life. I was dealing with a lot mentally. I think everything is connected. So I wasn't drinking too much water. I wasn't going to the dentist. I didn't feel organized. I was spending a lot of money. So I was coping with food. I think also, other than the inflammation, I think I was coping a lot with food. Like I said, my family and God, that I have been able to use this compound and this option, because without it, I don't think my life would have still the same, or probably worse. My health would have been a lot worse than what it is right now. So I think we do have a pool right here. I don't, you guys can see it now, but this is it's been here since 2021, and this is the first 2025. I'm shooting this video in September 2025, the first time that I have decided by choice to get a bathing suit, specifically a bikini, a bikini, and use the pool, because I didn't even want to do that. That's how mentally I was. We were have to go to work events for my husband at different resorts, beautiful resorts here in Arizona, and having to be outdoors with work people or friends that I know, and having to show part of my body or fake it. and feel like I was having a good time when I know I wasn't, that I was over almost 80 pounds heavier. And when I went to that mountain, I don't know if you guys can see it from this video. There's a mountain right there. I might take a picture and show it to you guys later, that we like to hike. And to know that July 2024, when I went up there, I was up there almost vomiting, I was spitting, I was dizzy, I just couldn't. Somebody gave me an analogy today, and the big ones, 7 of those going up that hill. That's what I was carrying in my. And once I compare that, I just seeing it that way, it's just it's terrifying to know how bad my health. And I know some of you can relate. I don't know how you guys get to the point of desperation that you're so afraid that you won't even try anything else, because you have tried everything. You have tried keto, you have tried other diets, and nothing really make you lose the weight. You could go to the gym, you could do that, but obesity is a disease. And that's what I have learned through this journey. It's been 14 months for me, that obesity is a disease, and there is a treatment. All of my logs, and I can leave on the side of my screen everything that I did, my side effects, and how much I lost the weight per week, because I did a shot a week. And I used all of the sides, the arms, the thighs, and all of my stomach around when I started it. So I used all of the sides. My first shot was in the stomach, and I never in my life had insulin shots, and I didn't need anything. So my daughter did it with me on FaceTime, and that was the first time that I think I have a video that I think I'm gonna leave here, how you do the shot, because I did a little tutorial, because now I become an expert doing shots. So when I started it, I had all of the side effects. I have the nausea, fatigue, headache, back pain. Fatigue was the worst for me. I have instant appetite suppression. The first day, I think I was almost 24 hours without eating. I had mild diarrhea. I had constipation. You name it, I had them all. So insomnia and nightmares. I don't know if you guys follow Ali here, Fit Flavor Fun, I think is her channel. And she talked a lot in the beginning about having horrible nightmares, vivid dreams, and I had those horribles in the beginning. And through the months and the weeks, and now I barely have them, but it was a thing for me too. So another thing, through as I lost the weight, it was hair loss. I lost so much hair that it was almost scary, to the point that I'm, oh my gosh, what am I doing? So I talked to my nurse practitioner, and she gave me minoxidil. And I've been doing a lot of massages. And I think I'm gonna leave a picture of what I used with peppermint oil and other oils in my scalp to produce. And I have all my hair back, so I don't even have to buy a wig or wear a hat. So in the beginning, I started with 1.25, the smallest dose, and I use a local compound pharmacy here in Arizona. It's called Esado in Mesa, Arizona. So it was like probably 20 units. It was not much, and it did a lot of effect on me. So through the weeks, I started adding a little bit of more units, 23, 25, and slowly I worked my way to 2.5, and I stay in 2.5 on the compound, and I can leave a picture of what I use for a month. By the first month, I lost 13 pounds, and by 3 months, I lost 28 pounds. So most of it was inflammation and water weight. That's what I think it was, because it was a lot of weight, and muscle, probably a lot of muscle too. So one of the things that I added was consuming a lot of water. I was not drinking a lot of water, so I was doing two of this, the pink one that I have. It's 40 ounces, so I was doing two of those, and I'm still doing that. And I added a lot of protein, and I have to educate myself in knowing what is protein, a lot of movement and exercise and walking and adding to my steps, because I wasn't doing any of that. So my first goal when I started it was 170 pounds, which I thought it was almost impossible. I was not gonna be able to get there, but once I got there, I was like, okay, maybe I can make it to 150. And once I got there, I said, okay, 140 is my last goal, and now I made it to my final new goal that I had never thought in my life that was going to be under 125, and that will be my maintenance weight goal. And that's where I am right now, on maintenance. And maintenance is a whole nother game. It's a whole nother thing, different than losing the weight. I think in a way losing the weight, it was kind of fun. It was good seeing the scale moving, but now that I am maintenance, I have to be very conscious of everything that I do and the things that I don't do. Because now it's everything that I change and my lifestyle change, I have to make it happen every day and make it part of my new lifestyle. So after I used my local for a few months, it was so expensive. As I go up on the dose, it was a little bit more and more, up to 750, and I thought it was too much. So I switched to Ambo. It's a telehealth company that I use. I'm gonna leave a logo here, and I was with them for tons of months. They were really good to me. It was like 329 for Tirzepatide for a month, and I made it last more than a month, so probably 5 to 6 weeks sometimes. And after that, I switched to Mochi Health, and ever since I've been with Mochi Health, and I think it's been perfect for me. It worked wonders for me, and I still have medicine. One of the things that I people recommend another place is Orderly Meds, Fridays, and Brello. Those are companies that people back up, and I know people that I trust here on YouTube. They talk really good things about them, even though I never been with them. I would also recommend them. So, in the beginning, I didn't think I was gonna use this medicine for life. So I thought, oh, okay, then I'm just gonna use this. I'm gonna lose the weight and I'm gonna be okay. But then I learned this is a disease, and the more I did the research, the more and more I learned that it had nothing to do with being good or have willpower. You do have a disease. You have something in your body that is not working, that needs a treatment. So I think I have almost 98.9% that I've decided that I'm going to be in this medicine for life. And I have to see the cost and all those things, but that will come later. At least the compound is a good option for us that don't have the commercial brand, which is so expensive. So with that, I gotta say, for 10 months I could not open my mouth and share my story. I was so afraid of the judgment or the stigma that is around this medicine, and people saying you're cheating, you're doing this way, it's the wrong way, you should go to the move more, you should, let's go ahead and do it the right way now. And I couldn't open my mouth. I couldn't deal with that. So after I saw the progress in how good I was feeling, and I was losing the weight, but I was gaining so much confidence, I said, okay, I need to say something. So I did decided to start my channel in Spanish for my Spanish community, and and ever since, I think I've been trying to share a little bit of my story and a little bit of my life, because I think a lot of people would benefit from it. So, and I have another platform, TikTok, but that's a whole nother game. So with that said, I saw the inflammation, the joint. I had a lot of pain. I had plantar fasciitis. I think I'm gonna leave the words here because I don't know how to. My energy went up. I was sleeping better. My hormones got balanced. I did start it also. I added the HRT treatment, which is the treatment for the hormones, and with age, I needed that. But again, all of this was with the doctor supervisions. It was supervised. I did blood tests for both different blood tests, and I went back every 3 months and then every 6 months, and I still have to go back in November. So everything is supervised. So right now I am doing 8.8 mgs at Tirzepatide. It's about 40 units, depending on the concentration. So not all of them are the same, and it's still once a week. I am in maintenance, like I said. And one thing that I do regret not doing, and I would recommend you if you're starting the journey now, is to take a lot of pictures so you can compare. But what I didn't do was the DEXA scan. which is in-depth scan of your bones and your muscles and your fat and everything. And I don't have any point of to compare, to go back and compare. But if you if you have a phone, you can download an app. Is I'm gonna leave it right here, linked to or over here. It's Me 360. It's what I've been working, and it's been working for me. I've been I'm gonna leave also a picture, because from July 2024, I was able to compare the loss on my breast, on my legs, on my waist, and everything. So that is a good starting point for people that can't afford a DEXA scan. I don't even know. They can go from 25 to 200. I really don't know. But if you take measurements, then you can see what they call non-scale victories, and that to me was huge. Not having foot noise, it was another thing that I felt in the beginning. It was like all of a sudden I didn't have that urge, because I was always spending money, and that was bad. But I was like able to think and able to choose, and able energy to, in the mood, the good mood to do good things. So like I said, my insurance didn't cover this medicine, so I'm thankful for all the telehealth that came along. And I know there've been tons of lawsuits, and they've been trying to shut them down, but I am grateful that we still have that as an option. I went from size 18, 16, extra large, extra large, and I can leave pictures over here of it. And now I'm size small, 4, 6. I even wear size 8, depends on the brand that I'm using. But like I said, the amount of confidence that I had, the self love, the investment that I did, because it is a lot of money, but it is an investment in your life, in your family, in yourself. So I gained a community, which I didn't know that I needed. And now that I have this amount of people supporting me and pouring love and caring and so much, I don't know. That's me. I'm a person, if you know me in my personal life, that I like to listen. I like to share my life. I like to be open, and not being open when I started it. It was eating me alive, because I do. I like I care for people. I care for what you're going through. I want to know what are your side effects. When did you start it? Where did you get it? How do you pay for it? That you don't need to tell me, but I care for all of that. So I changed a lot of things. My Not only that, my metabolism changed. I have my palate veggies. I crave fruits. I changed my coffee for profi, what they call profi, and I think I'm gonna leave a picture around here. I drink more water. I eat salmon. There's whole foods that I wasn't appreciating, that I thought I needed, and it's been completely 360 life change. That's the name of my channel. So I my BMI changed, my A1C changed. I think I was 34. I want to leave it over here. I think if I find that 34 and now I'm like a 21 BMI. I think it's a little low, but I will find out in November, because right now my weight for my age and my height, it should be 120 and 125. I think I'm at the highest of my whatever table says that I should be. But I find out that being here and talking to you guys, talking to my phone, talking to myself to a camera, enjoying this beautiful weather of the fall, it have gave me a purpose, because you go through life and you find that when you're sad, and at least me, when I help other people, I feel better. I left that fear and gained confidence. I even did an interview with the downsides. I think if I have the video, I'm gonna leave it over here so you guys can watch it. With Lorraine, I had the pleasure to meet so many beautiful ladies. Melissa, Lorraine, Taisha. There's so many beautiful, Mel B, so many ladies. But I had the honor to be in the downsides. And once I did that, it opened so many doors mentally for me to say, okay, you can have the fear, but it doesn't mean you have to stop there. You can move with the fear. Don't let the fear stop you from trying something new, for learning something new, because this have opened many doors for me, and I really enjoy. So I am an extrovert person. I like to have my house, if you know me, full of people. When it's a party, when it's a birthday, when it's Christmas, I like to listen to people. And sometimes I have a script, or sometimes I have notes, but I like to feel like I'm talking to you, like I'm talking to my friends. And the ones that are my friends know that I am how I am in camera and in person too. So this it's my story. I do recommend people to go first to the doctor and say, I need a blood test. I need to see if I can use this medicine, because it works for 90, probably 99% of the people. It does, but it probably doesn't work for everybody. So a doctor will say that for you. And just if you start, please don't compare yourself, because the way I lost the weight, you're not gonna lose the weight. It works different for everybody, and even if it's slow and you go through stalls, that's what we're here to work the frustrations. And you stall, and what can I do? How can I move more? Am I eating enough calories? And I'm low in calories, because we are learning from each other. We really are. Um, Not really comparing in a negative point, but at least let me see if it works for you, so I can relate and do it for me, so in a positive way. So when i when I try to do research, I try not to be deceived, and I triple check and double check the news, and I see, okay, this is legit, this is good. So you have to do the same with me. With my story, it's not going to be all related to yours, but at least you know that something worked for me, something can happen for you, maybe for you. When you're desperate and you don't know where to go, there's a solution for everything. So that's my story. My name is Mariela. Like I said, I appreciate your time. I think this was longer than I expected, and I think I'm gonna do more content in English, because even though I have a little bit of an accent, a lot of an accent, that's what I need to do. My husband does not speak Spanish, so I do have to practice, and I can practice with you guys. And if you guys need anything in Spanish, you know where to come. So that's my story, and I think I'm good. I'm happy that I was able to bring it up to you guys. And if you had any questions, please leave it in the comments. Tell me how your story is, if you're going through it, if you're losing the weight, if it's working for you, if it's not working for you. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye. Okay, you guys, this is the pool that I was talking about. And I think I showed that before in another video, but that's the mountain that in July 2024 I went up and I almost died. So it is super close to my house, and it was very challenging to do it, but I did it. So if I did it, so can you.